accident. It's a good thing it wasn't another one.
Wow. Can you imagine seeing that on the streets of New York City? Well, a new report warns of a major threat to U.S. security that begins in our public schools. The U.S. education system is apparently failing to provide students with critical skills like math, technology, and foreign languages. And if things don't change, experts fear that we could lose more than just our competitive edge. Here now, senior editor of the American Spectator, John Funn. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So you say the trend is caused by several things, fluffy subjects being one of them.
Well, if you don't focus on the basics, reading, writing, math, science, you're going to eventually lose touch with them because you're focusing on fluffy subjects. Not that they aren't important, but if you spend an awful lot of time on global warming, if you spend an awful lot of time on diversity, those are good things. But if you have to get the basics right first.
So get back to the basics. Also, union work rules affecting our education.
Well, our education system has become completely bureaucratized. That's why this push for school choice, whether it's charter schools or school scholarships, the union work rules basically make it impossible to update the schools and really provide the framework in which people can do their best. Things are so bad now. High school seniors, only 26% of high school seniors are proficient at where they should be in math, and only 21% in science.
So what about grade inflation? That's another issue that you bring up.
Well, we have had, both in colleges and in high schools, a lot of people being passed on. They go on from grade to grade. They get B's where they should get C's. They get A's where they should get B's. They have too much self-esteem. They don't have a real sense of how much they know. Well, the other countries that are our trading competitors, they sure know an awful lot about what our kids don't know because they're eating our lunch in a lot of areas. Semiconductors, science projects, basic manufacturing. China and India are doing a whole lot more to educate their kids in math and science than we are. We are going to be 1 million scientists and mathematicians short from where we should be in the next decade.
So aside from that, as we wrap up, how does it translate beyond, the classroom into the threat to the U.S.?
Well, we cannot be the world's leader in any field if we have a whole bunch of people who can't understand basic math and science concepts. In Iraq, they found out of 250 intelligence officers that they had brought into Iraq to study anti-terrorism methods. The vast majority of them couldn't figure out complex problems as to how to go in and find out where the terrorists were and how best to track them. They lacked the basic skills.
So
that is a national security problem.
That's your number one
Absolutely.
issue. I would also add, my sister is a teacher, so I would say more support for all the teachers out there across the country as well.
They need more freedom from these work rules too. They need to be able to do their best. They can't do it now.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Greg?
North Korea's controversial